How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Spiral Vision review, and today we are reviewing another wide release, and that is The Invitation, starring Nathalie Emmanuel, where she plays this titular character who happens to be at a family gathering or this big dinner party where she has to fight for survival. Kind of sounds similar to something like You're Next or Ready or Not. I will say this film does have a plot twist where I believe, I'm not sure, the trailer kind of gives away, but even if it doesn't, I would rather you be surprised. I don't want to give it away, I'll keep it simple, but the whole fighting for survival is done very nicely done. It isn't over the top, it isn't goofy, it isn't campy, which I do think that could have been a little bit more of a entertainment aspect, but I will say where I give it a lot of credit where the writer and the director, both females, they do a good job where they want to convey a horror film but make it more focused on the story and on the character of Nathalie. They want to convey more on her trauma, her dramatic past, kind of, relationship status of a hopeless romantic almost kind of feel where she falls in love, where she kind of likes this guy who happens to be at the gathering who's not her family member. The film does look very nicely shot. There is this really cool dinner scene where I think it works fine for a PG-13 movie, because if it was a rated R film it would have been all blood and guts. This kind of more conveys on an anxiety attack that happens to have some type of blood and guts. The film is very limited on gore and blood. It isn't so much on this campy side. I want to be taken more serious, and I will say that isn't a whole bad thing. We do see films that try to convey this type of idea over the top, and it's nice to see someone trying to respect the story that they kind of created and they kind of want to tell. That's pretty much all I have to say about The Invitation. It is an entertaining film. It's not overly good, but it's not overly bad. I really do believe this film would have had a great fan base if it was on streaming. Right off the bat, I believe it would have been successful. But I do have a theory where I believe this film will have a cult status by the end of the year or in a couple years in the future. It will have its fan base. It's just going to take a while. We have a rating scale from 1 out of 5, 5 being great, 1 being really bad, and I also have to give The Invitation a 3 out of 5 spirals. We do little spirals here. I do wish it would have been more better, but it isn't bad, and I do see how it could have its fan in the future. There are some elements that I wish it could have done better, but there isn't really all that bad of a film. It is an entertaining at points. That's all I have to say about The Invitation. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check me and Anthony over on YouTube and Spotify, where we talk about movies at The Confined Space Show. Thank you, everybody.